Hello, how you doing? Anyway, a big thank you to all those people who've been buying my book. I'm really grateful, and thank you for the lovely reviews. Anyway, today I want to talk about prison releases on licence. I'm really worried by releases on licence, and I think the role of the probation service has changed. And what I would like to see is Grayling brought in reforms, and the result of his reforms resulted in the probation service actually supervising many more people on licence than they used to before. And I really regret that change. And I think the reforms that Grayling made, resulting in more people being subject to supervision coming out on licence, has not been helpful at all. And I think these should be reversed so that the net work of the probation service should be, in my opinion, on positive rehabilitation work on probation orders. And the work of people on licence has been really difficult because, as well, the burden of proof. Probation are the people that instigate recall proceedings, and I think the police have put tremendous pressure in many cases for recalls to happen. And really, recalls should only happen, in my opinion, if the evidence is sufficient for court. Now, recalls used to be done only by the courts, and now it's been lumped on the probation service. And I think it's not right for the probation service to have this situation, because it spoils the relationship between the probation officer and the person being supervised, this situation. And it's a terrible responsibility. And I think the recall decision should be done by a different body to the probation service. Now, it could be back into the courts again, or the parole board, or a special body made by the Home Office. But it should not be for the probation service alone. And I think recall should only happen in serious cases where there is plenty of evidence of breach, not on suspicions. It's got to be factual. And I remember years ago when I was a probation officer, a case where we made a terrible mistake, and it was our fault. We were culpable. There was a change of probation officer. The guy came in, it wasn't recorded properly. He notified change of address, but the change of address wasn't notified on our records, and we were sending out letters for appointments to the wrong address. Completely, and because he wasn't turning up completely for these appointments, completely probation were at fault. And I'm sure that there are other mistakes. So really, the facts need to be there, and the evidence needs to be there, and it needs to be sufficient to satisfy a third party. And that's my view. And there needs to be more emphasis on supervising people on probation rather than people on licence. And therefore, I appeal that the reforms brought in by Grayling need to be reversed. That with the probation can't cope with such a lot of volume, and I don't think it's really appropriate work. I almost wonder whether somebody else should be supervising these people on licence. Maybe people should report into the police station, like they used to. Why not? Anyway, all the very best now, and do take care and do think through these issues. But really, more resources need to be put into helping people not reoffend and help with housing and drug addictions and other problems that people are faced with. And so recalling back to people to prison when it's unwarranted is very costly indeed. Anyway, and it destroys that positive relationship that, you know, has built up over the years between probation and the offender. And, you know, and it really, we need to focus more on probation orders, on community orders. And the reforms made by Grayling just haven't worked at all. Anyway, that's my opinion. All the very best now. Bye-bye.